Welcome to Fabulously Flawed, where the perfectly imperfect come to shine. Marni, along with her sensational sidekick Taylor, are the mother-daughter duo that puts the fun in dysfunction. Every episode, we unpack the chaos of mental health while sprinkling in the sass of pop culture. We're here to share stories, laughs, and lessons that remind you to embrace your quirks and to never, ever let anyone dull your sparkle. So join us as we celebrate the beauty of being fabulously flawed. Let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get ready to add a little extra shimmer to your day.
Hey, fabulous friends, fabulous listeners, fabulous everybody. Welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host, Marni, and thank you for joining me on my Wednesday edition of Newsweek Wednesday. What is Newsweek Wednesday? Well, I'll tell you, I am so honored and humbled, and I say this weekly, that I am able to be an opinion piece writer for Newsweek. People write in different situations and circumstances that they're going through, whether it has to do with family and parenting, what should I do, relationships, life, all across the board. Now, of course, the scenarios are different, but the response I give and the emotions you might have some similarity with. And if you can take a little bit of advice from what I give, then that would be fantastic. So every week I read the article that I wrote and explain why I wrote what I did. And it's very cool because people have related. They're like, it wasn't my mother-in-law, but it was this person who did that to me. So thank you. And I want to thank Newsweek for being, for reading my stuff and putting it in print. Thank you, Newsweek. And thank you for the people who take my advice, because when you go through life not thinking you can do anything, and now Newsweek, you're like, oh my gosh, really helps with my imposter syndrome. So whatever you guys do in your life, just keep leading it, and you never know what it's going to lead you to. So this story is: the internet has thrown its support behind a man whose wife is 7 months pregnant, staged a prank, in quotes, claiming their unborn child was not his. The Reddit user said he was a 31-year-old gullible man, and he shared his wife, Lisa, known for her sense of humor and love of pranks, took things a step too far with this particular ruse. He got a lot of backing to express their sympathies. He said, "Today when I got home from work, Lisa had tears in her eyes and told me she needed to talk to me about something. I was seriously worried and sat down with her immediately. I asked her what was wrong several times, and she kept saying it was hard to talk about and she was terrified I'd leave her. After his insistence, Lisa confessed that she had supposedly cheated with her boss, was not sure of the paternity. I asked if she was serious, and she said she was 100% serious and started crying even harder." Wow. "I got up, started pacing, and tried to gather my thoughts. After a few minutes, Lisa bursted into laughter and said she was just joking. I was furious. I said it wasn't funny in the slightest to make jokes about cheating and me not being the child mine. Okay. When he questioned Lisa about her prank, she insisted it was harmless and blamed him for overreacting and even expressing surprise that he actually thought she'd cheat. Okay, I'm doing an eye roll. Frustrated, he decided to leave the house and spent the evening at a bar to clear his mind. Certified empowerment coach Marni Goldman, that's me, author of True to Myself, believed there's a line between humor and harm in relationships. She told Newsweek, "This situation is a classic example of gaslighting, which is a form of psychological manipulation where one person seeks to make another doubt their reality or feelings. The wife not only planted seeds of doubt about the relationship, but also invalidated her husband's response. Expecting him to dismiss his feelings and accept her prank as harmless fun is manipulative and unfair." Goldman, that's me, emphasized that everyone deserves the space to process feelings at their own pace, and that no one has a right to dictate how another person should feel or how quickly they should recover from emotional sadness. She, that's me, pointed out that even though Lisa labeled her confession as a prank, it planted a seed of doubt that may take time to heal. This prank was not a harmless joke. It was an act of emotional cruelty. So that was like okay, I understand jokes like, oops, don't forget to tighten the salt because I might have loosened it. Or how much do you think this cost? 100. Nope, it was really 200. But to certain pranks, you do not do. One, I'm going to have to say, has some sort of mental disorder for anyone to pull that kind of prank. And with whatever situation, somebody does something and you react. Nobody has a right to tell you that you're overreacting, underreacting, any kind of reacting. Don't do that. So not only was she very cruel to her husband's response, she planted this seed of doubt, because when there's smoke, there's fire. Every time something happens, he is going to have this lack of trust, and without trust there's no relationship. So I think she took this too far. Was it possibly to test the waters as admitting guilt? I don't know, but to cry and take it to that level, and the minute she saw he was upset, there are certain things in life that when people show you who they are, believe them. And I know you've said she's done pranks before, but this may not have been, maybe they haven't been so mild, but you took it as mild, where sometimes it just becomes borderline obnoxious. So just understand, you could pull the prank and that's great, but if somebody's response is sadness, anger, irritation, don't let them suffer, because that's cruel. That is very, very cruel. So I hope nobody ever does that again. So I hope the man, I don't know what happened, but we will see. If you go on Newsweek in the life section and type in Marni Goldman, you will see the full article, which is so ridiculously cool. It really is. And on that note, tomorrow you get Taylor and I doing the fun and dysfunction, because we really are the most dysfunctional mother-daughter that I know that talks about it, and we laugh about it. So we're really fun. And today's World Kindness Day, so it's World Kindness Wednesday. Smile at a stranger if you can. Be kind to yourself today. You have no idea what people are going through, so a compliment, a smile, just one drop of teeny, teeny, tiny kindness can spread so much, because it could be the only amount of kindness somebody has received. And never, ever let anyone burst your bubble. We are in our Wicked era. Wicked Wednesday. Wow, so many W's. Oh gosh, next week is all wicked next week. But as Glinda would say in her bubble, never let anyone burst your bubble, and never, ever, 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 ever let anyone dull your sparkle, because there's too much darkness out there and we need our light to keep this world glowing and illuminating. So I love you guys. Have a fabulous day. Much love and peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Fabulously Flawed. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, it's your time to join Marni and Taylor, the mother-daughter duo that's redefining family time with a twist, putting the fun in dysfunction, one episode at a time. Craving more? Visit us at fabulouslyflawed.com. And don't miss out on the feel-good vibes with our exclusive merch at fabulouslyflawed.net. That's with 2 Ds on Etsy. Keep your sparkles shining and spread that fabulous energy.